A few years ago, I applied for a federal grant to study the feasibility of developing a beautiful esplanade for the east side, and I secured a grant of $475,000. And the Economic Development Corporation is now using that funding together with funding from the Federal Surface Transportation Program. We've built our roads, so we use our money to do more of this study and engineering to move forward. Now, the Department of Environmental Conservation, DEC, Development Corporation, Economic Development Corporation, had a competitive RFP bid process. Many people applied, and they awarded it to a company called ACOM, and they've been selected to do the work. And I understand they're here today. Are they here? Is ACOM here? Really, they should be here to talk about what they're doing. Apparently, they're headquartered in New York. I don't know them, but they are recognized nationally. They do work across our country and are in a very good firm. So in the past, although we've all seen beautiful drawings, the idea of an esplanade hasn't gone very far because the money was not there. And we've all heard a lot of empty promises meant to tell us to give up the park, but we have to make sure that the money's there to build the park to take its place. And in my opinion, it has to be far superior than what we're losing, and it has to be something really wonderful for the community to enjoy. And the city has come a long way since those first proposals were made, which really didn't have the force of law to make sure that they would happen. And I can tell you, I know that this community will not be bought off with empty promises. I know you are going to make sure that this happens. They now understand that timing is very important, and we need to see that we have a replacement and investments in this community before we sacrifice a park. So I'm glad that the Economic Development Corporation is moving forward with the feasibility study. We need to quantify these costs so that we know that we'll have enough money for the building of the eventual project. And the legislation, which Brian outlined so clearly, makes it clear that we need some tangible results before the park is taken and that active space is replaced in this community. As he mentioned, Con Edison has already donated $13 million to help repair the pier, and Dan secured an additional $1 million from the city budget, and I believe it's going to cost at least $190 million that the proceeds from Robert Moses Park and UN 1 and 2 I hope will generate that much revenue so that we can move forward. I am also working with the city on another grant, a congestion mitigation air quality grant. And we have put in 2 grants for millions of dollars for this project that would help. We're having difficulty with our budget now, but the two largest construction projects in the entire nation are in my district, the 2nd Avenue Subway and East Side Connector. Together, they're bringing in $4 billion. So to get an additional $20 million, we can do that. So we're going to go to work on that and try to make that happen. And I just want to say, Brian, I think you did a great job, but I just hope you make that memorandum of understanding even more airtight, because I've seen people forget and not keep their promises. And so I know that you and Liz will have a very sharp pencil and be very careful about it. This is going to be a beautiful project, but it's also going to be very expensive. And it will never happen without bold thinking, but bold does not mean stupid, and it does not mean naive or risky. And this community wants certainty, and we want to be able to see the dollars, we want to be able to see the project, and we want to know that the funding stream is sufficient to complete the work, and most of all, we want to make sure that the community that is sacrificing a park receives the benefit of that sacrifice. There must be a replacement that is equal and better than what we have now. But I do think it's a really bold and exciting dream to have a beautiful park that we can all enjoy. And while we're sitting there, we can look across at the Four Freedoms Park that Sally Menard is working on Roosevelt Island, which will be another wonderful attraction and beautiful spot for all of us to enjoy. I look forward to your comments. I congratulate my colleagues in government for all of their hard work, and I know that this community is one that gets things done, and I look forward to working with you, and I hope this project goes forward. I think it's important. I think it could improve the quality of life, the open space, and really the beauty and enjoyment of our great city, and give our waterfront back to the people with space that we can enjoy and use with bike rides and dog walks. I mean, everybody's telling me what they want, but mainly a place where we can all walk and enjoy and see a beautiful space. So I'm delighted to be part of it. I'm on the team. I'm going to go back to Washington and work to get that money, and I've got to say that some of the best paperwork that comes out of, that goes to the federal government comes from the city of New York. The Federal Transportation Office told me the best paperwork they ever saw came from the MTA of New York. The best project in the whole nation is the 2nd Avenue subway. And I believe that the work that the city will do in city planning with this will be a beautiful, wonderful addition to our city. So I want to thank the city representatives, if any of them are here, for the work that they're doing. And I enjoyed very much working with you on the CMAQ grant. I hope it's successful. Thank you.